Did you ever get the feeling there are certain questions a woman will never answer honestly, no matter how close you are? What if knowing those questions could save you years of confusion and heartbreak? Stick around because today we're diving into the 5 questions she'll never answer honestly and why every man needs to know. What's left unsaid? If you've ever been in a relationship where you felt like you were playing a game without knowing the rules, you're not alone. Let's break down the hidden dynamics. No cliches, just real talk. Here's what women won't tell you, and how you can read between the lines, so you never feel blindsided again. First off, this isn't about blaming anyone or calling anyone out. Everyone, men and women alike, sometimes hide our true thoughts, especially on delicate topics. But let's be honest, certain questions just seem to always trigger that evasive answer. The one you know isn't the full truth. Question 1. How many people have you slept with? If you've ever asked this, you already know. There is no answer she can give that will feel completely satisfactory. Let's set the scene. Maybe things are getting serious and you both want to know about each other's pasts. It feels reasonable, right? But if you ask, how many people have you been with? Her answer, whatever it is, almost never feels like the truth. Why? Here's the reality. Society still unfairly judges a woman based on her sexual history. She knows this, consciously or not. She's likely weighing your reaction before she ever gives a number. If the number is low, will you think she's inexperienced? If it's high, will you see her differently? There's no win here. So, instead of the real answer, you'll get something adjusted. Some women will round down to avoid judgment. Others deflect with humor or ask, why does it matter? Some might even turn the question around. If you focus on building real trust instead of getting hung up on numbers, you'll learn more about her past and her values over time. And in almost every relationship, it's the listening, not the interrogation, that brings you closer. But make no mistake, if she does answer, whatever she says is more about comforting you than revealing her full history. Question 2. Do you find other guys attractive? Another classic. On the surface, this might even seem like a playful question. You're lying in bed together, you see someone good-looking on TV, and you ask, hey, do you think he's attractive? Maybe you're genuinely curious, or maybe you're fishing for compliments. But this one is almost impossible for her to answer honestly. Why? Because women, like men, notice attractive people, but she's also tuned in to what you want to hear. Most women know that admitting attraction to someone else can make you feel insecure, even if nothing is actually going on. Finding someone attractive in passing isn't a threat to your relationship, but women have learned that honesty here can lead to drama, jealousy, or endless questioning. So she gives an answer that soothes you. Sometimes she'll even flat out deny it, just to avoid the conversation. If you really want honesty on this front, make it clear that you're secure, and be honest yourself. Otherwise, she'll keep her real thoughts safely locked away. Question 3. What do you really think of my friends? Let's say you bring your girlfriend around your group of friends. Some of them are cool, some maybe less so. You ask, so, what do you think of my friends? Maybe you're genuinely hoping she'll love them, or maybe you just want a reality check. Here's the uncomfortable truth. She may never tell you what she's really thinking, especially if her opinion isn't flattering. Why? Because criticizing your friends can quickly backfire and cause drama in your relationship. They pick the diplomatic route. You might hear, they're nice, or they're fun, or even, they're different. If you dig, you may get, well, I don't know them that well yet, which is often code for, I don't want to start an argument. Sometimes she might confide in you about one specific thing, often something minor, but rarely will she give you the full rundown on her unfiltered opinion, unless you've reached a level of trust where that honesty feels safe and you've proven you won't turn it into a fight. Here's why this matters. It's not just that she's shielding her opinions to keep the peace. She's also testing how you handle criticism of people you love. If you go ballistic, she learns to keep her real thoughts private. If you handle it maturely, without overreacting, she might open up incrementally over time. Also, if you're ready to fast-track your success, check out my new course in the description or comments for exclusive strategies. Maybe you're both being playful, teasing each other at the gym, and you toss out, "So, how much do you weigh?" What you think is an innocent question is, for a lot of women, the ultimate emotional minefield. Society is obsessed with women's weight, magazines, movies, social media. The numbers become not just measurements, but judgments. Many women have internalized that their worth is tied up in these numbers. When you ask this question, even with zero judgment, it can trigger anxiety, self-consciousness, or memories of criticism from the past. Here's what really happens. She'll probably give you a vague answer, maybe even joking about it, enough to keep from blowing away in the wind. Or, if she trusts you, a number that's close to the truth, but often rounded or outdated. Why doesn't she just say it, straight up? Because, intentionally or not, that number can be used against her. Maybe not by you, but by others in her life, or just by her own inner critic. If you want to create a space for honesty, don't connect her value to numbers. Compliment how you feel around her, not the stats. Over time, when she's secure, she may share more. But if you're seeking brute honesty about her weight, don't be surprised if you never get it. Question 5. Would you leave me if someone better came along? Here's the existential relationship question, the one nobody really wants an answer to. We all want to believe that we're irreplaceable, but competition, insecurity, and the fear of the unknown hang around, whether we admit it or not. If you ever ask, maybe during a vulnerable moment, would you leave me if you found someone better? You're opening a box of anxieties. She knows what you're really asking. Am I enough for you? It's a terrifying question, even if everything's going perfectly. No one wants to say, yeah, I might leave if I met a billionaire model who loved all my quirks. But love isn't about being the absolute best. It's about choosing each other every day, despite endless what-ifs. When you ask this, she's reading you for signs of jealousy, insecurity, or deeper fears. Most women sense this is an impossible question, with no answer that won't cause pain. She gives you commitment, not hypotheticals. Don't push for an honest answer here. Watch for honest actions instead. Let's step back for a moment. Why do these 5 questions always get the same evasive treatment? Is it just about protecting herself? Or is it about you too? Here's what all these questions have in common. They trade in anxiety, not trust. When you interrogate someone you care about, not to understand, but to reassure yourself, you'll likely hit a wall. Women especially have been socialized to avoid conflict, smooth things over, and protect their relationships from drama. A wise man knows that what matters most isn't forcing the truth out of someone, but building a bond where the truth can exist, unpunished. But you're probably thinking, okay, so what should I do when I'm dying to know the answer? Here's how to approach these situations, and what you can do differently starting today. Let's take an honest look at each scenario and what you can do to strengthen the trust and the communication in your relationship. When it comes to her sexual history, instead of asking for numbers, ask about her values and what she's learned from her past experiences. Focus on understanding who she is, the choices that brought her to you, not just the digits that make you anxious. When you're curious about her attraction to other people, focus on building security, not interrogating her loyalty. You can even share your own experiences noticing attractive people, without jealousy or drama, to show you're mature enough to handle the honesty. About weight or appearance, remember that your support and affection are far more powerful than any number. Reassure her with actions, not questions, and never comment in a way that could make her self-conscious. For those deep, philosophical questions about loyalty, would you leave if someone better came along? Remember, nobody can guarantee the future. What matters is building trust and creating a partnership where both of you choose each other every day. One more thing. If you find yourself constantly searching for honesty on these topics, take a step back. Are you truly seeking connection, or are you chasing reassurance for your own insecurities? The more secure and grounded you are, the more honesty and openness your relationship can sustain. So, what's the lesson here? It's not about tricking women into revealing their secrets or catching someone in a lie. Thanks for watching. If you want to get the results you wish for fast, then check my limited time offer on my new course, which will skyrocket your success in dating. Click the link right now down below in the description or in the comments, and grab this opportunity. See you in there.